Okay, I'm live. No one is here. Hey, I am live. Is anyone here? No one is here. Well, if no one comes in here, we'll end early. All right. Someone will come in eventually. No one's in here. It's okay. No one's in the room yet. All right, guys. How we doing? I'll type hello. Hey, first person here. What's up, brother? All right, Cats. That's right. You're the first person in the first live I've ever done. So, hey, man, congratulations. That's a Fio. I like that, man. I like that. So, where are you from, man? Lexington, Louisville? Tell me you can hear me. Can you hear me okay? I mean, I tested this. I'm sure you can hear me. Hoptown. Oh, man, I'm from Madisonville. Oh, dude, yes. Hoptown, University Heights. Yes. All right, man. We like Hoptown. Yes. Man, you always kick Madisonville's ass in basketball all the time. You guys are always Christian County always has good basketball players come from there. Yep. Yeah. So you must be more of a basketball fan than I say that. Maybe more of a football fan, but yeah, Hoptown is known for basketball, man. Yep. All the players that came from there over the years. But yeah, we'll wait for some people to get in here. I'm hoping some. I came on a little early because I'm trying to figure out how to work everything inside this live. You know, how to organize the chat and make sure I can see and hear. Uh, but yes. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I was going to do a basketball channel, but it was too easy. I thought, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do a football channel and Yeah, man, did I not realize how challenging it was going to be. Like all the other SEC teams. I mean, I didn't realize how much basketball success would affect football, but they don't give us any respect at all. And it really pisses me off when I started watching. I mean, I watched Feinbaum a little bit, but those Feinbaum guys, man, they piss me off because, they don't even know what our roster is. They don't know anything. They just go, yeah, they're Mississippi State and Kentucky's gonna come in last. Okay, based on what? You know, we had one bad year. You know, yeah, Auburn's had 3 or 4 bad years, and Hugh Freeze gets all the credit, and Mark Stoops has one bad year, and all of a sudden, yeah, he needs to leave. Yeah, okay, all right, but yeah, Western Kentucky, man. Yep, love Western Kentucky. But you're down there with Tennessee fans. I'm actually in Evansville. I live in Evansville. That's where I work and live and have lived. So, dude, I got here from Indiana fans, and I mean, I know it's not as bad as Tennessee fans, but Indiana fans, man, if you beat them in basketball, it they take it. It hurts their feelings like really bad, man. But nope, I'm sure someone will come in here eventually, and I certainly will. Right at 8 o'clock. Okay, so we're right at 8 o'clock. Uh, yep, yep. I think we're gonna win. Like I said, Vegas has us at 4.5. I already bet some money that we're gonna win 5 games. So you know, uh, if you look at the power rankings, we're ahead of Louisville and Vanderbilt. So there's 3 non-conference games, Louisville and Vanderbilt. I figure, okay, we can win 5 games. So I went on FanDuel and bet a little money on that one. So we shall see. Yeah, I agree. The portal. One thing, these guys. I'm gonna tell you what. We'll talk. There was one podcast I watched called Southeastern 16, which is a decent podcast. You get people come over there, and a guy said, this expert said we had dollar store players. Okay. And I'm like, dude, we were ranked 10th in portal pickups. That's fourth in the SEC out of 16 teams. We had the fourth best portal pickup class. I mean, we really, did we killed it in the portal. I mean, instead of going for 1 or 2 good players, we went for a solid group of players. So Bush Hamden, our offensive coordinator, is trying. If you look at what he ran at Boise State, you'll understand why we got the people that we got. First of all, the offensive lineman we got. Uh, there's a guy from Mexico State, Siaj Pete. He's a full-blooded Native American. This dude's like 6'8", 340. I mean, he's going to go to the NFL. You'll see him. You'll notice him immediately. So, yes, the offensive line. Let me tell you what right now, dude. I can tell you our offensive line is the Siaj Pete, New Mexico State. Man, stud player. Joshua Braun, who played at Arkansas, and he also played at Florida. This Wolf Slager, I forgot what conference he's in, MAC or something. He was all MAC, first team all MAC. So, yeah, we picked up a dude from Western Kentucky, a center. You're going to see how good this guy is. I know he played at Western, but Wibberley, yeah. So if Jagger Burton doesn't play well at center, he won't be playing center because this dude's going to take his job. So we have really about 8 really good offensive linemen. I mean, that are SEC offensive linemen. And I don't know all of our backups, but I think we're going to be good on offensive line. I'm very pleased with who he went out and got to go along with Burton, Farmer. We kept him, and Malachi Wood. So, yeah, I mean, we got 8 solid, really solid ones. So to go along with Rob Fogler. So, yeah, you'll see it much better. And the running backs we got. People don't realize Dante Dowdle, the guy from Nebraska. I mean, he scored 12 touchdowns. He is a goal line back. I think I saw he was ranked in the top 5 on running backs picking up a first down on third down in like third and 1 or 2, like third and 1 or 2 yards. He was ranked like 5th in the country on picking up a first down. So, man, I thought that was a smart pickup, a goal line, because I mean, I like Wilcox, but he didn't score a lot of touchdowns. He couldn't, this dude, you're going to see this dude Dowdell that we got from Nebraska. Wait till you see this guy. He gets in the end zone. So, yeah, we're going to run the ball. I mean, if you look at what Bush Hamden did at Boise State, it was 200. It was 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. It was a balanced offense. He couldn't do that last year. And I know, the two wide receivers, Barry and Brown and Dane Keith. Look, they wanted 100 yards apiece passing, and they're not going to get it in the offense he's trying to run. So, yes, running back is his table. Yep. Hey, what's going on? FMM 56301. Hey man, what's up, brother? How you doing? We're sitting here talking about the offensive line and the running game. Yeah, come on in. Look, guys, I don't know all the features here. How to say, I can chat. I see. I've got basic features on here. Yeah, so I don't even know how to block someone if I had to. So we won't block anybody. Look, there's one or two Louisville. There's a Louisville fan that keeps changing his name, and he keeps coming on my channel. I'm like, dude, stop changing your name, because he changes it to almost the same exact thing, and then he pretends like he's a Kentucky fan. Dude, just say you're a Louisville fan. I don't have a problem with anybody coming in here. I talk to Louisville fans, But all right, sir, where are you at? FMM 56301. What town are you in? Are you in Kentucky? And yes, McGowan. Yes, McGowan. Okay, while we're waiting for if he'll answer me or not. Yes, AFO. McGowan. Listen, there's a specific reason why they got McGowan. If you watch my videos, I went and watched Bush Hamden's offense that he ran in 2023 at Boise State. The running back catches the ball out of the backfield. McGowan had like 37 catches and like 3 or 4 touchdowns for New Mexico State. He caught a long, if you watch my Seth McGowan video, he caught a really long 40-yard pass. It was beautiful. But no, if they try and blitz, the guy is going to run out. He's going to go out in the pattern. McGowan is going to run out in the pattern, and if you blitz, they're going to dump it off to him. And the dude is fast, and he runs over people. I know Mark Stoops talked about McGowan on SEC Media Days and brought him up, and one of the other players brought him up. So someone is texting me. What are you texting me? That's my old name. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming in here, FMM 56301, who's from Bowling Green. Yes. But no, AFO, listen, McGowan's going to get some catches. And I like how he hits the hole. I think he's going to start. They may, it may be him and Wilcox, and they get closer to the goal line. Then they put McGowan and Dowdell in. But look, we got 4. You take Patterson, Dowdell, McGowan, and Wilcox, Patterson, yes, McGowan, Dowdell. That's 4 SEC running backs right there. And there's people that I think Tennessee's struggling with running backs, Florida's struggling with running backs, Auburn, and we're sitting here with 4 guys, who can all play. So, yeah. So, oh, thanks, baby, saying that. Look and sound great. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, offensively, look, we're going to run the ball. We're going to try to run the clock. We're going to do a 7-minute drive and kick field goal. Yeah, if you want to beat Ole Miss, keep their offense off the field. I mean, that's what the offense that, people, last year, I mean, poor Bush Hamden, he had Cohen's players. Cohen left at the very end of the year unannounced, went back to the NFL. Then, he didn't get hired. Bush Hamden didn't get hired like February 15th. And then we're trying to put together an offense, and yeah, it just didn't work. So that's why we got rid of 40 players left. Good. Look, if Dane Key wants to go to Nebraska, go to Nebraska. Barry and Brown isn't even a starter. He's listed. He isn't even listed starter at LSU. I'm sure he made some money, but let anybody wants to go because the locker room was toxic. So. And as far as Vince Merrill, hey, listen, Vince Merrill. Look, I like the guy, but I think it was time. That had run its course. So I don't know how you feel about that, AFO, but that's the way I feel. We'll see. I like Eddie Gran. And I think it has to be a group decision on players. I don't know how you feel about it, but uh, it says there's okay. Well, I can only see, yeah, raking the, yeah, beating up my Titans. Uh, man, Liam Cohen was lying to Tampa Bay. He was over there signing a contract, and they say, "Why are you not at work?" And he goes, "I'm at a dentist appointment, my daughter." And Cohen, I don't know about him. You like the Titans, man. The one thing, Tennessee fans, I mean, there's a Tennessee channel, Zach Calzada. I keep trying to figure out why did they pick him last. No one would give an answer. He played well at Texas A&M, but Jimbo Fisher didn't have a good year, so they had to blame it on somebody. So Auburn says, "Hey, why don't you come to Auburn?" He hurts his non-throwing shoulder. He goes to Incarnate Word. Well, anybody that's a Titans fan should know where Incarnate Word is. Now, it's a private Catholic college in San Antonio, but Cam Ward played 2 years at Incarnate Word. I get Tennessee people dogging out Incarnate Word, don't know where it's at. It's like, dude, the guy you just drafted, #1, played 2 years there, tore it up. So these podcasts, I'll tell you what. Yeah, yeah, right. And these dumb SEC. All you gotta do is look it up, guys. I keep saying on my videos, I can't stand Josh Pay and those Paul Feinbaum's an idiot. He'll never like Kentucky no matter what he does. I'm gonna put up a video. I don't know how old you are. We had a coach in the '90s when we beat Alabama with Hal Mummy. He was dogging out. Then he wanted Hal Mummy to come on his radio show. I'll put that little video up and let him and Tim Couch tell the story of, Feinbaum's. He said something, I guess, in the last couple of weeks about Kentucky's not in the South. Man, shut the hell up. Does it matter? Huh? Do you say that when we play basketball? Are we in the South? Why do you think we never went to the ACC? They weren't going to let us go to the ACC. Now you got AC. Now North Carolina, they want Duke. They wanted us to join the ACC in basketball. Now what happened? It's the reverse. We're about to take North Carolina probably. So uh, yes. But look, Calzada is a good quarterback. He has a good arm. I have one of my best friends is a Texas A&M alum. Okay, and he sat and watched Calzada, and he said he's a good he's a good quarterback. So if he says it, he knows way more than I do. So yeah. Well, is there anyone else? I'm showing 11 people, but I'm only seeing one person in the chat. Is everybody just going to listen to me talk? You can listen to me talk about Zach Calzada. Hey, everybody in the chat, Zach Calzada is not going to be the last rated quarterback in the SEC. I'm just going to be the one to tell you right now. If you watch him, I mean, come on. Hey, what's up, Ace? Welcome, brother. North, South. Thank you. Midwest. Thank you. Thank you. See, you get it. You see? Yeah. And that's why they're jealous, Ace, because they ain't like us, you know. Uh so they're never gonna give us credit in football. If you watch my videos, let me tell you guys right now. When I was in the Air Force from 18 to like 24, 25, I was stationed in Columbus, Mississippi, which is right there by Starkville, Tuscaloosa. So I got Alabama, I got Mississippi State and Ole Miss education. Then I went to Alaska, Honduras. Before I came to Evansville, I ended up in Montgomery, Alabama at Maxwell Air Force Base. Now, Montgomery, then I learned about Alabama, Auburn. And so, yeah, I grew up around the other fan bases. So, yeah, um, look, it's a good old boy network, as I say in my videos. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. There's about 8 teams now. Oklahoma's going to be in the club, and Texas is going to be in the club. Like that guy said, some dumbass from the Big Ten said, only 6 SEC teams have won the national championship since 1960, so they're top heavy. Well, hey, I hate to break it to you, Sparky, that's more than the Big Ten. So what a stupid thing to say. But no, so now you count Texas and Oklahoma. That's 8. 8 of 16 have won a national championship, and 8 haven't. And we're not in the club. Ole Miss is not in the club. Mississippi State's not in the club. Anybody hadn't won. Vanderbilt's not in the club. Now, when we win, we're in the club. If you win, like Ole Miss right now, they're in the club. Because they're winning, and their coach, which I love their coach, he's always, he went after Hugh Freeze. So at media days, and I put up a little shorts video of him talking about Hugh Freeze golfing. So I do like Mississippi State's coach. What is his name now? His name escapes me. I'm sitting here. I drew a blank on Ole Miss's coach. Uh, Somebody chime in. Who's on? Well, I can't think of his name. Yeah, he's been Tennessee and everywhere. But anyway, yeah. Uh, Kiffin, yes, Lane Kiffin. Thank you. I like him. He's funny. That one year, our stupid offensive coordinator Skangarilla said, "I hope they blitz us because that's what we want them to do." And then they beat us. Then after the game, they got Lane Kiffin on the field, and he says, "Yeah, well, they wanted us to blitz them." And I thought, dude, don't say that. But yeah, Lane Kiffin, I like him. I could hang out with him. I did a video talking about him. So yeah, I got a video coming out tomorrow about Brad White. Going to be one of the big stories. You know what? He might be. Souls, yeah. They don't have Souls show the first depth chart came out, and they didn't have Souls starting. And I was like, why is he not? I don't know why he wouldn't be starting, but they did not have him as a starter. I forgot who I named as their. It's in the video coming out tomorrow. This dumbass, these podcasts, some SEC podcast got on there. Oh, Southeastern 16. The guy's got a computer right in front of him, and he goes, I don't know who their defensive coordinator is. I'm like, it's Brad White. Dude, you have a computer right in front of you. It's not live. You can't look it up and then say, hey, it's Brad White. So I do a video on Brad White, how he's trying to rebuild the defense. So, and they put out the starting linebackers, and Souls was not listed as a start, but that doesn't mean anything. It's not the final depth chart. It's just, we got to go through the summer and get through the August, and then they'll do the first one. But I like Kiffin because his name makes Vols vomit. Okay, well, it probably does. Did they beat Tennessee last year? I don't think they played Tennessee, so no. But no, yeah, I mean, I like Lane Kiffin. Tennessee fans, yeah. I mean, look, I like Josh Heupel. I mean, there's a guy. They're going to probably lose if Oklahoma fires Venerables. Is that the guy's name? They're going to get Josh Heupel. Because why, guys? Because Josh Heupel was a quarterback at Oklahoma, and they won a national championship with him as the quarterback at Oklahoma. They're going to throw all kinds of money at him. So I don't know if they're going to. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I am rooting for Oklahoma to win. Because if they fire him, they're going to go. And look, Josh Heupel's a good coach. We can't beat him. I thought that one game where Levis, we lost like 45-42. I was like, damn, we put 42 points and 500 yards of offense, and we still lost the damn game. So I hate when stuff like that happens, losing games like that. Tennessee has our number. I mean, all my life, we've lost to Tennessee every way we can lose to Tennessee. We fumbled. Chase Harp, a tight end. If you guys go back a long time ago, Chase Harp, a tight end back in the early 2000s. We were behind by a field goal. The dude tight end leaks out, catches the ball at like the 50-yard line. There's nobody anywhere around him. He's running for a touchdown. If he scores, there's only going to be, I think we're going to win the game. The dude trips over. He's running. He trips over his own feet, falls down, drops the ball. Tennessee players pick it up. We lose. I was like, well, damn. How do we beat Tennessee? I know Stoops got him twice, and Joker Phillips got him once with a wide receiver at quarterback. I still don't know how Joker Phillips beat him with a wide receiver at quarterback just running the ball, but we did, so it counts. And we got him the COVID year, and we got him one other year. But man, Tennessee has our number, and you just gotta, what are you gonna say? We got their number in basketball. I mean, every once in a while we beat them in football. Every once in a while they beat us in basketball. They got us last year in the Sweet 16. But, well, you guys want to talk NIL, man. That's the big deal is, first of all the legislation that comes out, it's just an executive order. It's not binding. My son's first UT game was Lynn Bowen falling short. I remember that game for the law. See, we'll circle back to the NIL in a minute. You're right, Ace. We've lost every kind of way. I've seen us lose, miss field goal, miss extra point. It's like, dude, what? There's just some teams that have your number. I think Florida has Tennessee's number. Like they keep losing to Florida when Peyton Manning couldn't beat Florida. So everybody has somebody that they have problems with. So course, we had problems with a lot of people for a long time. So what's up, TJ? Yeah, 3. Yeah, I know. Listen, look, man. Oh man, that bothers me a lot. Let's talk about the power rankings. These morons, I hate to call them morons. Look at the power rankings, okay, guys. We are 35th. And you go, what like I've said in my videos. Well, okay. We've got 3 non-con games. Yes, Toledo will be hard. Okay. Tucker Gleason, their quarterback, is going to line up in the shotgun. They play some sort of air raid offense. He stays in the shotgun. He's good if he gets time. He's going to take off running. He's a white dude. We can catch his ass. All right. He is good. But yes, we should win our 3 non-con games. Okay. That's 3 right there. That's all they're giving. They're saying we can't win any SEC games. But then you look at the power rankings and we're 35. Louisville's 41. We don't play Mississippi State. They're 52. Vandy's 57 in the power rankings. Okay. So I'm not a genius, but that means we should probably beat Louisville. We should probably beat Vanderbilt and the 3 non-con. That's 5 right there. Then just get somebody, you know. What's up, man? What's up, TJ? I'm sorry I didn't say what's up, man. I was sitting here yakking that one. Yeah, 4-8, 3-9. Yeah, nobody knows anything. We were sitting here talking about the offense line. We'll beat Louisville this year. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll look. Jeff Brom. Now I will say this: Jeff Brom is a good coach, man. That guy, he mixes his offense up. So they're going to be motivated. It'll be tough. When we had all their other coaches that they had, I was never scared of their coaches. I can't even name the last couple coaches they had before Brom because I knew the guys weren't very. I knew they weren't going to out scheme us. Brom is capable of out scheming us. So that's the only thing that scares me about him is, yes, we should beat Louisville. I mean, come on, man. We were just sitting here talking about that. Our offensive line is going to be stellar, and people don't realize it. If you just look at names, if you're on the SEC network, yeah, guys, Paul Feinbaum, the SEC network. What'd you say, TJ? Second year. Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, we were going to go after Brom. Hey, man, look, Brom at Purdue. I mean, he won at Purdue. Okay, guys, if you win at Purdue, that's pretty good. I mean, let me get a drink real quick. The more I drink of this, the less the time we will have, guys, because, yeah, my bladder. But no, we're going to go for a while here. I got all night. Yeah, Brom's a good coach. But we are going to run the football. If you are just joining us and I see 11 people in here, look, we're running a Boise State offense. What is the Boise State offense? This is what kills me about these podcasters who don't look shit up. 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. That's the Boise State offense. It's just balanced. Too many. Hey, Western Kentucky. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. When Braun was there, yes. Western Kentucky, yes. Yes, tickets were $20. I like Western Kentucky Stadium, guys. I really do. It's easy to get into. My daughter lives in Bowling Green, and my best friend lives in Bowling Green, so I'm down there a lot. And I still like going to their games. The center, everybody that's in here, we were talking about the center, Wibberly, we picked up from Western Kentucky. He's good. I mean, you watched him last year, and I was like, man, that guy's good. And then we got him. So if Jagger Burton does not play well, they have not said who the starting center is yet. If Jagger Burton does not play well, this dude will take his job. Yes, we have 4 capable backs, TJ. Yes, we were talking about that. Dowdell, McGowan, Patterson, Wilcox. The best thing we could have did was get Dowdell, because he scored 12 touchdowns. For everybody that's in here, we'll review. Dowdell he scored 12 touchdowns. They're all from the right at the goal line. So the guy can get in the goal. If you give him the ball from the 2-yard line, he's going to get in. He also was top 5. I saw a stat on third down running backs, 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 or less. He was top 5 in picking up a first down. And I was like, man, and all you got to do is these SEC guys, just look it up. They just look at, well, he went to Nebraska. He's no good. So yeah, he's a good pickup at Western in Nashville. Yeah. Didn't we lose that game? AFL, didn't Western, they got us, I think, didn't they? Because we only beat like Alabama State. Yeah, the first game, boy, Stoops inherited nobody. Yeah, got him. Yeah, yeah. I remember that game, and I was like, ooh, the fact that Stoops could come in there Joker Phillips, and you know why they gave him the job. We're not going to sit here and say it. You know why they gave him the job. Yeah. He got handed the job, just not on, once again, quota hire. I hate to say that, but dude, come on, man. The guy was not a head coach. I like him, but come on, dude. You seriously, that was awful. That 40-0 Vanderbilt game, I was like, they gotta fire this guy. Was anybody at the 40-0 Vanderbilt game? I mean, good God, that was bad. And Stoops comes in here, and uh, Stoops said at media days, by the way, guys, we went to 9 straight bowl games. There's only 3 teams in SEC since 2012 that went to 9 straight bowl games, and we're one of them. But McGowan and Dowdell were both top. Yes, guy, for everybody that's in here new, we're talking about Seth McGowan from New Mexico State. He's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. First of all, he's friggin' hits the hole hard and runs over people, but he can catch the ball. He caught 28 passes. He caught like 3 or 4 touchdowns. If you go watch my Seth McGowan highlights video, he catches a 40-yard touchdown. That was beautiful. So in the Boise State offense, which Bush Hampton is trying to run, the running backs catch passes. We haven't had that. But no, it's designed. If they try and blitz, that guy's going to leak out. He's going to run out in line. He's going to run out in the pattern and catch a pass. So if you want to blitz, that's fine. Dump it off to McGowan. So, yeah. Hey, man, let's talk about Kendrick Law for a second, guys. Did you see this? Let me see what TJ said. Hamden will be much better in year. Yes, he'll be much better in year 2 because he went out and got all the players he needed to run the Boise State style offense, which if you're Southeastern 16 or if you're a Paul Feinbaumer, all you got to do is look it up or think about it. They just dismiss us, but that's cool. Yes, Law is electric. Okay, let me tell you guys about Kendrick Law. Cole Kublik said this, okay? Now, you guys know who Cole Kublik is. I can't say his name. Kublik. I know he did one with Matt Jones. He did one on the right in our SEC network, Bama wide receiver. Yes. Let me tell you about Kendrick Law. First of all, Kublik said he's the best blocking running wide receiver, the best blocking wide receiver that he's seen in the SEC since Hines Ward of Georgia. What was that, 2002? So, yeah, he says the guy can block. Now, I want you guys to listen to what I'm going to tell you. This guy is 5'10", 209 pounds. Now, I lift weights. I'm a firefighter. Okay. This guy can run a 4.4, 4.40. That in and of itself is impressive. He can bench press 500 pounds. I've never heard. Look, I know big cops, firemen that can bench 500 pounds, but I have never heard of a guy that can bench 500 pounds and run a 4.40. I mean, I'm like, that's impressive. Okay, so if he's as good as Kublik says he is, well, then we got ourselves and a good wide receiver. And also, guys, he's going to start in the slot. So if you look at the Boise State slot receivers, they sort of play close in. He's going to be Wan'Dale Robinson, a poor man's Wan'Dale Robinson. They're going to dump it off to 2-yard pass, 3-yard pass. He's got speed. He's going to try and break it, just like Wan'Dale Robinson did. They were using Alabama. They were doing the end around and stuff like that. So Kendrick Law, you're going to have to cover him. Our offensive line is too good. This offense is designed to, if you blitz, like I said, you better, if McGowan goes out in a pattern, you better cover him. So, 500 pounds. I mean, and Cole Kublik says he's the best blocking wide receiver. Why he didn't get playing time in Alabama, I don't know. That was obviously because there was a lot of 5-stars ahead of him. Yeah, they were soft, and not only were they soft, Barry and Brown was complaining in the locker room that he didn't get the ball, and I'm not getting the ball, and dude, shut up. He isn't even starting. I saw the LSU's depth chart. He's second. He isn't even a starter. I hope they paid him well. Dane Key said he wanted to win a national championship. And where the hell is he going? Nebraska. All right, well, good luck, buddy, winning a national championship at Nebraska. I know they gave him money. Yes, Barry and Brown. Awful. Matt Jones, some tweets were deleted by him during the season. And look, guys, let's be honest. Half our team quit halfway through the year. The last 4 or 5 games, guys wasn't even trying. I mean, Deion Walker was hurt. He's getting ready to go to the NFL. You think he's going to play as hard as he can. No, does by the time we got to Louisville game, guys had their bags packed and they had already talked to other teams. Barron Brown knew he was going to LSU. Dane Key knew he was leaving, so they just quit. And yeah, don't get me started on a quarterback last year. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yes, Nebraska football is Indiana basketball. Well, it is lately. Yeah, yeah. Nobody wants to go there. Do why? And of course, who's the receiver I'm thinking of? Who am I thinking of, guys? Who went there? Hardly Gilmore went there with Dane Key, and they decided to come back. Well, thank God. I like Harley Gilmore. I had the same flag. Yeah, I got this. I said, if I'm going to do a live, I got to put something in here that I got it off eBay. And I'm like, I'm going to put this up so, it looks like you don't have to sit here and look. Some people don't put anything on their wall, but I want to put something up. Hey, thanks, Big Blue Breakdown, man. I appreciate you. Ace, yes, Ace, Nebraska. Yes, it's like Indiana in basketball. But, Indiana's improving in basketball, and Nebraska's improving a little in football. So we'll see where they go. At least we play Indiana in basketball. So have same flag. Yes. It's love the work you do. Hey, look, man, I will collaborate with anybody, but this is my first live. I'm going through the YouTube studio. I don't have any elaborate software. People are telling me, get this software, get that software. I go online, I look it up, download this, download that. So I'm going to try something. Going to be the SEC quarterback. Going to be down in SEC's quarterback play. Yes. Yeah, they talked about that. Yes, TJ. Yeah, every show's been talking about that. The Big Ten has better quarterbacks, and Manning's the best quarterback. What do you mean he's the best? I believe Steve Spurrier. If Arch Manning was the best quarterback in SEC, why the hell wasn't he starting last year? That don't make any. You just say, oh, he's better. Come on. I actually like South Carolina's quarterback a little bit better. I wonder about Macklin. You know what? I think he's gonna make some noise. He actually has his own video series on YouTube, guys. Go on YouTube and type Jamori Macklin. He's running routes and stuff and showing you how to do. But he's a good player. When he was at North Texas, he had like a stellar year. I know it was North Texas before he came here. And you got to remember last year he was behind Brown and Key, and Brown and Key were getting paid a lot of money, and they were whining and crying, I want the ball, I want the ball. So they couldn't throw it to Macklin. I still think he got 30-something, 36 catches. To me, it looks like he can run routes and catch the ball, which is all we need. We don't. I keep saying we don't need guys like that. Barry and Brown. Yes, you love guys who can take it to the house when you throw them. You can hit them on an 80-yard pass. That's great, but in the offense that we're going to run, we're trying to also run the clock. I mean, it's great if we can score in one play, but it's not required. I believe Manning is great. Well, you know what? Texas guys, how many people play in the power rankings? One is Texas, two is Georgia. We play them. We play them again. Why do they give us the same schedule again? What's wrong with the commissioner? You can't change up the schedule. Why we got to play them? We fourth hardest schedule, and now we got to play them again. It's like in the SEC. It's like, man, now we got to play them again. They're picked to lose no games, and Arch Manning's picked to win the Heisman. So there you go. Georgia has not lost a home. I had to look this up. If you watch my Georgia video, and I'm previewing everybody, guys, you watch my videos, I'm previewing all the teams. I think I'm up to Florida. I do quarterback with, but Georgia has not lost a home SEC game since South Carolina in 2019. So what's the chances of us winning? We're not going to win Texas, but nobody would. People keep saying, well, there's no way it could be Texas. Okay, who else can? So it is what it is. Nobody's going to cry about our schedule because they don't like Stoops anyway. I believe Manning is great, and we will hope we get 5 sacks on him. Brother, if we get any sacks on him, I'd be happy. Rouse say because has nobody to throw to because he's an idiot. I shouldn't say he's an idiot. Rouse, you get on these shows that you get paid to do it. He doesn't know. Yes, Stellato's a good player. Yeah, if you look at Stellato, we played Clemson in a bowl game. He was catching. Go back once again. I've done videos on all of our receivers except for Ferrier. Go back and watch my Stellato video. He's catching balls on us in a bowl game. So yeah, he's going to be good. So he's probably going to. I don't know if he'll start, but he'll be in there. Hester and Macklin have already pretty much been named. 2 starters. Law's going to play the slot, and Macklin's going to play outside. So those pretty much have already Bush Hammonds came right out and said these 2 guys are going to play. So you put started for Clemson, yep. Farrier, yep. Yep. Cozart, yep. From SMU, yep. Isn't as good as last year. Correct. But our 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receiver as a unit is better than last year. Because I don't even know what the hell we were trying to. Our offensive line was so bad, and Brock Vandegrift, guys, don't get me started on this guy. Was it just me, or did he just quit halfway through the year? I mean, he was. It's like he didn't even want to be out there. It's like, dude, what do we had to bring in. I can't remember the kid who ran all the time, not Cutter Boley, but the other guy, our third quarterback last year. We brought him in. I mean, so I didn't like Vandegrift. If he wants to quit football, I mean, damn, quit football. But don't quit halfway through the damn year. I mean, yeah, let Boley play. What do we got? Yes, we are deeper. And can be production by committee. TJ, very smart. That's what I said. We need a group of solid receivers to run the offense. Remember, 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. If you understand the Boise State offense and what Bush Hammond's trying to run, it makes sense. But if you are the good old boys, those 2 good old boys, Uncle Shane or whatever in the SEC podcast, they pissed me off. Josh Pate didn't even bring up the last day of the SEC media days. It was Arkansas, Texas A&M, us, and Missouri. Didn't even bring it up. He reviewed all the teams until the last day because we aren't worth his time. So, yeah, I'd like to smack that guy upset. Wim said, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, he's going to be the starting quarterback at like Jacksonville State or somewhere. At least he's going to play. But it looks to me like, they're trying to get Boley. I just redshirt him. I mean, I hope we don't have to play him at all. Maybe we can redshirt him because and the kid from Cincinnati, if you watch my video on the kid from Cincinnati, if we keep that kid, and God keep your fingers crossed, that kid's got an arm. If you go watch my video, and still out over Brown and Key. Yeah, I mean, correct. They don't take plays off. Thank you. Yes. Once those 2 guys got frustrated halfway through the year, they were just out there just being all crybabies, and you could tell by their play. Ace says the Cats have retired more college quarterbacks in the 12 years than anyone, starting with Baker Tulsa. Yeah, we will retire your ass. That's why Bush Hammond, I think, I thought it was smart to bring in Calzada for a gap year so we can get Cutter Boley ready to play, more physical, more experience, more reps. That's exactly what Stoops and Bush Hammond have been saying. That's the reason that I thought that was smart. Just get a gap year. Let's get him. And then the kid from Cincinnati comes in next. Our quarterback is taken care of for 3 or 4 years. I think that's the hope. I don't know if it'll work out like that, but oh yeah. A 5-star quarterback retire. You know what? I don't know. That guy wasn't that good to me. First of all, did y'all catch in one of my shorts videos that's got of him? He didn't wear thigh pads. And I don't know why the quarterback would not wear thigh pads, but Vandegrift didn't wear thigh pads. And to me, he was, after the Southern Miss game, as soon as he got hit a couple times, he didn't want to get hit. So I don't know what it was. Happy feet. Thank you. Yes. Man, I mean, dude, he was running, he was scared to death. So I don't know Georgia, he almost started. And then, I don't know what the hell happened when he got here because, the guy quit football. Okay. Well, damn, either were we that bad? As people always kid me, and they'll say that on these SEC podcasts. He quit because he didn't want to get hit. Okay. Come on. So anyway, yeah, he had happy feet and he got pain. He did get hit. Yeah. Offensive line was awful. That's why we only kept 3 starters. We did so good, guys. If you're just getting here, we were talking about the offensive line earlier. If you think we can win 5 or 6 games with the schedule, yeah, that schedule is hard. 26 going the right direction to transfers. Yes. Big Blue breakdown. You can get 5 or 6 wins with the schedule. Yes, I agree. If we get 5 or 6 wins with this schedule, that's building. That's building. But the offensive lineman we brought in, I mean, we'll lose Siaj Pete because I think he's a. I don't know if Braun is a senior or not. Joshua Braun. I think he might. I think he might have 2 years left. But yeah, Jagger Burton's gone, so I hope Jagger Burton's got to play better this year. Like I said, if you're just getting in here, Jagger Burton's not going to be a starting center because if he starts playing bad, because this guy we brought in from Western Kentucky, Evan Wilberly, is really good. If you watched any Western games, he's good enough to play in the SEC. He will make Jagger Burton go sit down. But no, we were talking earlier. If you just got here, we have 8 solid SEC linemen now. So we got Joshua Braun, Jagger Burton, Jalen Farmer, Siaj Pete, Alex Wolfslager, Malachi Wood, the Wilberly kid, and Rob Fogler. So those are good guys. What did you say? Braun is in a 6-year senior. Oh man. Well, I didn't know that. Okay, well, you know what? We'll get somebody else out of the portal. And that's another thing. People talk about high school. Well, you're only ranked, 48th in recruiting. And look, dude, we can go get whoever we want out of the portal. Not that we want to do that. Taking plays off halfway through. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he took plays off. Yes. Yes. I think we did about as good as you can do. Look, our portal class was ranked 10th. That's these SEC guys. Fourth in the SEC and 10th in the country. And then you got a guy on Southeastern 16 saying we got dollar store players. And then one of our guys, he's not in here. William Thomas keeps going on there, and saying, "What do you mean What do you mean? Zach Calzada played poorly. He threw for 3,700 yards last year, 35 touchdowns, 3,700 yards, and he ran. It's like, dude, he completed 65% of his passes. These guys just recite shit, and the guy didn't even answer. Our guy goes on there and puts, how did he play poorly? He did all this, 3,700 yards, 35 touchdowns. He completed 65% of his passes. How did he play bad? The guy doesn't even answer. So don't get on there and say, if you're not going to answer. And if you watched any of my videos, guys, I appreciate the 14 people that are in here. I don't come on unless I'm got something, some idea of what I'm talking about. I gotta just get on there. They got dollar store players. How do we have dollar store players? What's up, Dustin? Yeah, look, guys, I'm gonna come on. I just said, you know what, the hell with it. I can do as good as damn Josh Pate from that guy. You see what that guy does? I love Josh Pate. He's got his bald head. What he'll do is he'll put on a really tight shirt because what he has is what we call show muscles. Okay, he just gets in the gym and lifts. He ain't strong, but he'll put on a real tight shirt. Do this right here. He puts his hands together about it all the time. He's got how the hell that guy has 400,000 people watching this channel? I have no idea, because I lose IQ points every time I listen to him. If you go back and watch the video, just go back and watch the video I did on him. His picture's on the thumbnail and how stupid he is. But yes, I'm just covering Kentucky. Okay, what happens is, guys, when you get monetized, you got to put out a video every day now because you're trying to make money, and then you got to talk about. Everybody does the same thing. If the SEC commissioner comes out and says something, then everybody gets on. Tennessee guy gets on, and Arkansas, and Florida, and they all say the same exact thing. So I decided, you know what? I'm covering one team. I'm covering us in football and basketball. It's hard enough to know our roster, but I cannot imagine trying to, memorize 16. Of course, they got a staff and they got graphics. They got people hand them, and they still can't get it right. So I appreciate that, TJ. Yeah. I mean, Matt Jones, God bless him. At least he admits he doesn't know football. Matt Jones, and he brings his political beliefs into the damn show. Dude, just shut up about politics, will you? I mean, God damn, nobody wants to hear that shit. If I want to hear politics, I'll go on YouTube, I'll turn on the TV. It doesn't matter which side you're on. I don't want to hear that. Just talk about, I like that they talk about their life and, top 10 restaurants or whatever during the summer. But dude, I mean, once you get paid to do this and now you're trying to be a star and, yeah, don't trust anyone more than 100,000. Well, brother, I don't know if I'll ever see 100,000. Hell, I was trying to get to 500. I started March. My first video was March 3rd. I thought, you know what? If I can get 100, by God, I'm going to do it, because supposedly until you get to 500, they wouldn't let you go live. But then once they see how much activity I had, they allowed me. I went and put in a request, and they let me go live. I'm like, okay, I'll go live. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to do, but I love our team, and I've always loved football. So, but I have watched this over the years. I don't like people dogging out Mark Stoops for having, a 4-8 record when we were going 7-6. Hugh Freeze, everybody else is losing. If you watch my videos, we're not in the club. Uh, Jo- Josh Pate says that Hugh Freeze is a great what in my video. This is how dumb this guy is. He said Hugh Freeze is a great coach. His teams just lose because they turn the ball over. And I was like, what? What the hell does that mean? Also, he's a great coach. They have great players. They just turned the ball over. Well, then we just lost because our offensive line was no good. I mean, he must be bedtime buddies or something with Hugh Freeze because he takes up for him. So anyway, yeah. And basketball. Oh, well, thank you, brother. A big blue breakdown. Well, look, man, I'll have to. Yes, well, I'm gonna find your channel. I'm gonna write you down right now. Then, well, all right. Well, you know what? I will. Hell, I'll come on your and because we all need to stick together. Big blue. Okay. All right. Big blue breakdown. I'm going to subscribe to you tonight. And I mean, there's a couple of good channels. Look, there's everybody does basketball. Everybody does Kentucky basketball, but there's not very many people that do good football channels. Stoops has Kiffin's number. Yeah, I mean, we always played him. That one time, I mean, we should have beat him a couple years ago, but we always play him close. I mean, it's never a blowout. So maybe we can get him. That Austin Simmons. Now I heard he's been in the system. He's an older guy, but this is his first road game. Okay, first road game will be Kentucky. So man, come on, Brad White, dude, confuse the hell out of him. We got to get a pass rush. The defensive lineman we brought in, we should be able to get a pass rush guy. Gusta and this Marquise Humphrey Grace, excuse me. I mean, they're good. Watch my video on them. And of course, we still got Josiah Hayes and Gadsden and Saunders and Gerard Smith. So we still got some good defensive linemen. Yeah, Levis broke. Yeah, the Levis thing. We had him then. So nobody's. This is what Ole Miss game. There's no way we can beat him, guys, because Lane Kiffin is seeking revenge, and he's going to be mad, and they're going to go in there and win. What the fuck? Dude, you're going to try to win a game. Just people that don't play sports crack me up. You're going to win the game. Revenge ain't got shit to do with anything. You're going in there to win no matter if they beat you last time or not. Seek revenge. I mean, Lane Kiffin's probably going to be pissed off, and he's going to be extra focused. But, okay, so you're going to seek revenge. And their offensive line, they're trying to rebuild their offensive line. So they're not some powerhouse, broke his finger. Yes. Yeah, he broke his finger in that game. Yes. Yeah, we should have beat them at when we were in Oxford that one time. So yeah, but yeah, so Ole Miss is okay. So Ole Miss is going to be pissed off. So what? All right, can we should be pissed off. Then yeah. So anyway, how many games do you think we can win? If you what did I do with my schedule? All right, so look, guys, let's just go down the line. Yeah, everybody does this. They put up and they go, well, they can't win that game. They can't win that. So Vegas has us at 4.5 games. So if you have all these podcasters that don't know our national and SEC, they just put up our schedule and pick 4 wins. Okay, well, wow, that was real hard. They're going 4 games because, 4-8. Well, that's what Vegas says. Toledo, we should beat Toledo. Now, like I said, Tucker Gleason, their quarterback is really good. Second game is Ole Miss. I mean, we can beat them. Eastern Michigan, we will beat them. Now, South Carolina, man, Lenore Sellers, that guy is good. It will be hard to win at South Carolina, so I don't know about that game. Georgia hasn't lost for you guys who are just kind of in here. Georgia hasn't lost an SEC home game since 2019. Texas coming to Lexington. You know what? We should get fired up for them. Let's see what Arch Manning has. Line can improve. Yes, and Pat. Yes, that is true. Now Tennessee, look, we might can get them this year. Now Tennessee has the number one quarterback for next year, high school quarterback. So they got the number one quarterback coming in. But like I said, if Oklahoma loses their coach, guess what's going to happen to Josh Heupel, who played at Oklahoma and won a national championship as a quarterback? He might be leaving, which would be the best news for Kentucky because he's kicking our ass. But no, we could beat Tennessee, Auburn, Hugh Freeze. Look, Hugh Freeze, Auburn's going to be like Kentucky last year. They're either going to just quit on him or play because Hugh Freeze is about to get fired. I mean, this is it. So his players are either going to play their ass off or just quit. So we can win at Auburn. I mean, New Mexico State won at Auburn 2 years ago. I can't believe we lost to them last year, but the team had quit. Florida's coming in. Okay, DJ Lagway, Tennessee Tech, we'll beat them. Vanderbilt, look, we can beat. We lost 20-13 with the crappy team we had last year. We should be able to beat Vanderbilt and Louisville. So look, there's 6 wins here. You know, there's 5 or 6 wins for sure that I see. So that's why go on FanDuel and bet the over 4.5. I've been saying 2-10. Dude, brother, let me tell you something, Ace. 2-10. You think we're going to lose Toledo then and not win? If it's 2-10, Mark Stoops will be packing his own bags. We got season tickets. 93 Peach Bowl. Okay, Northeast Louisiana. 93 Peach Bowl. How the hell did we lose that? We're going to go back for all you fans that are young. Marty Moore. We're ahead. What do we had? We lost 13-7. It was 7-6. Clemson's driving in the final minutes. Marty Moore intercepts linebacker, intercepts a pass from Clemson, takes off running. All he has to do is fall down. It's in the final minute. He takes off running. They strip him, tackle him, pick up the fumble, get the ball back, run down, score, and beat us. That's Kentucky football. Bill Curry for you all the guys. Oh, my God. Guys, that was brutal watching Bill Curry. I did a video on Steve Spurrier and Bill Curry, what their beef was. They had a personal beef. There's a reason why Steve Spurrier kept running the score up on Kentucky. And go back and watch my video. I don't want to spoil it for you. But, yeah, there's a reason they have a past. So, yeah, I hope we're not, dude, brother, I hope we're not 2-10, Ace. Thank you so much. Well, you're welcome, brother. Show that. Yeah, I mean, be competitive. That's another thing. It's another thing if we lose, if you lose 24-20, but if you lose 48-17, that's a lot different. Spurrier said they got a really good punter. Yeah, you know what? We got him fired because we beat him twice. We beat him last. Did we beat him the last 2 times? No, we beat him once. Yeah, he never coached again after you lost to our ass. But Spurrier's a smart ass anyway. He does that to everybody, so don't feel bad. But the Bill Curry beef, listen, I don't want to spoil it for you. It was personal. Okay, there's a reason. If we go to Soups would be drinking. Yes, I don't drink, but 2-10, damn, I don't know. That would mean we're not gonna go. I don't see any way we go 2-10 with the players that we have. I mean, the people we got. Our offensive line is for real. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you're going to see a different offensive line and running backs. You're going to see it. Look, if Bush Hamden runs this Boise State offense the way it is supposed to be ran, it's going to be night and day what it was last year because he just didn't have it. Like I said, we're going to throw the running back, which is why we got Seth McGowan. He is going to catch passes. So, O-line is massive. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, for if you just joined us, 15 people, we got 8 SEC offensive linemen, whereas last year we might have had, we only kept 3, So, I mean, we might have had, I guess that's the only 3 we had last year that we thought were SEC linemen. So, anyway, what do you guys think about the offensive line coach coming back? I'm glad he came back. And we just hired another offensive line coach, assistant that was at Michigan and some other places. I can't think of his name. But yeah, we got a good offensive line coach, even though he left us. And then came back, but you know what? He's a good offensive line coach. So you got to give it up to him. Now that I can't think of his name, who's our offensive line coach, guy? I do so many videos, I can't think of our offensive line coach's name. But anyway, he's a good coach. So anyway, our offensive. We're gonna run the football. Let's talk about tight ends. Good Lord. And we have got to get this Boyer guy. I'm putting up a video this week of Henry Boyer. It's not going to be all that exciting, but you're going to see how he run blocks. Mark Stoops was talking about, he came from Illinois, that he's he blocks the guy in front of him. And that's what Mark Stoops said. He will take out the guy in front of him. I don't care who it is. So, picking up Boyer was huge. Josh Caddis, I don't know how good of a blocker he is. I made a video, and a couple people that go to the games say that he's not that good of a blocker. He's caught some touchdowns. I will say this about Josh Caddis. If you watched him at media day, he did not look or sound like the guy I thought he would be. Like he looked like an insurance salesman, and his voice didn't match his body. Like he's 6'4", 250. But anyway, I was like, that's Josh Caddis. But he's got to have a good year. And Hernandez, Eric Wolford, thank you, brother. Thank you. Couldn't think of Wolford. Okay, so Wolford, left us high and dry, and then apologized and wanted to come back. Now, all the people we got out of the portal, Joshua Braun, Wilbur, they all said they loved Eric Wolford. Could not think of his name. Drew a blank there. So I'm getting old. So everybody loves the guy. So people at Alabama didn't like him, but whatever. And then of course the assistant we just hired is supposed to be good, and I just put that up there. Can't think of his name, but he's been at several different schools. 7 linemen or 6'6". But yeah, yes, we massive. Greg Fry, thank you. Yes, thank you, Jared Young. Yes, brother. Couldn't think of his name. I know he's been to Michigan. He's been to. I don't even think I put Indiana on there. I listed his schools because he's been to Indiana. He's been to some Big Ten schools. He's been to some SEC schools. So, hey, we'll be the starting center. Big Blue Breakdown. I keep agreeing with you, but there's somebody that keeps arguing with me every time I say it down in the comments of my video. Wilberly is good. Jagger Burton. I remember our play-by-play guy. Now that I can't think it wasn't Tom Leach. It's the guy play-by-play guy. He got so mad at Jagger Burton that he started forgetting offsides and false starts that he started calling his name out especially in the Louisville game. He got so mad at him, he just said, just normally you just say, you don't say who the person was that got the infraction, but play-by-play guy, I can't think of his name now, got so mad at Jagger Burton. He's like, Jagger Burton is jumping off sides every other possession, needs to stop doing that. Yeah, well, it's the Louisville game, so it was the end of the year. So yeah, he's got to play better. Looking forward to your coverage. Well, Ace, man, I appreciate it, brother. Look, I'm just a fan. I know basic things. I'm not a coach. I didn't play college football, okay, high school football, but not college. Played in the Air Force a little bit, played a little bit of everything. A little softball, a little volleyball, whatever you want to play. But yeah, I'm just, when I break down film, I don't know every route. I skinny post. I can slant. Okay, I know what that is. But I can look at a guy and go, hey, that guy's fast. Are you like? I watched the Cincinnati quarterback, freshman. We just hopefully will keep, and I just watched him. And I went, that kid's got a strong arm. It's like Zach Calzada. You watch him and you go, man, that dude's got an arm. And then for those of you that are new, one of my best friends is a Texas A&M alum, and he told me, yes, Zach Calzada is good. Jimbo Fisher was getting paid a lot of money. And he had to blame somebody because he only went 8-4, and so they blamed Calzada. Calzada did have a hurt shoulder. Auburn said, "Hey, come on over here." And it's funny if you look at all the articles when he was going to Auburn, he was great, and he's Texas A&M great. All of a sudden, he comes here. It's funny how if you put on a Kentucky helmet, you suck now. So thank you. Yes, appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate it, Big Blue Breakdown. I'm going to come over and join your channel, brother. Yes, here I have it right here in my notes. Yeah, I mean, doing football is hard. If I'd have just did it, my wife's like, why didn't you just do a basketball channel? Well, it would have been real easy because we're going to win. We're going to win. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk basketball too when basketball starts. I have some basketball videos up, guys. We're going to be good in basketball. People are mad. I think we're picked right now anywhere between 5 and 10 in basketball. Some people got Florida ahead of us in the SEC. I don't know. I just know we're going to be good in basketball. But as far as the NIL stuff, I would hope that we're close to basketball because look, in basketball, you only need 10, 12. Football, you need 40 players. I mean, you need 22 players and backups. You need 44 really good players, which costs a lot more money than 10 basketball players. So, but I think that Mitch Barnhart is supposed to give a press conference next week. Yeah, I saw that on KSR because Matt Jones did the right thing by saying, hey, you need to reveal the numbers. How much of NIL is going for basketball? How much is going for football? It's time. And yeah, come clean on it. And look, guys, they can cook the books anyway. Has a Levis first year season replay. Well, that'd be good. He runs like Levis. I mean, he can run. He can run over some people if you watch the Incarnate Word. So yeah. So I got sidetracked on NIL there, guys. We need to spend money on football. We have to be good at football. I understand we're a basketball school, okay? We're not only are people keep saying we're a basketball school, and I keep saying we're the basketball school. We're not a basketball school. We're the basketball school. Other than national titles, which John Wooden got 10 and 12 years because back in the 60s they paid players, and yeah, and there was 20 scholarship players, and he was paying for Walton and Jabbar, and yeah, they won 10. They've won one since 1974. So yeah, other than national titles, we own most wins, most Final Four, most appearances. We're the basketball school. So of course we're going to be, it's basketball and football are the only sports that make money. And Matt Jones talks about that all the time. Football and basketball at Kentucky has to pay for every other sport because no other sport makes money. So, yeah, well, we're a basketball school. And look, I get it, but I also want to be good at football. Hey, let's do both. Florida did both a couple years there. We can do both. Anthony, what's up, brother? You don't have those the Final Fours. Oh, who has the most Final Fours? I thought we did. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. Who has more Final Fours than we do? I thought we did. They've been saying that on. That's been recited so many times. People saying the football team is not going to have enough money. Yeah, you know what? Correct. Yeah, we paid for the people in the portal. You don't think Siaj Pete, Nebraska wanted him? A bunch of schools, Vanderbilt wanted him, and all of a sudden he said, "Well, at the last minute, I decided to come here because of Coach Stoops." Okay, and that. Okay, who has the most Final Fours? Anthony, I thought we did. I could be wrong, but people's been reciting that. Well, you know what? Let's look it up. Who has the most Final Fours? Because I thought we're at least tied, aren't we? Which college basketball team has the most Final Fours? Which men's team? Oh, I see. I didn't say men's team. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to look this up. Let's just see if Anthony, you might have got me. Team has it might be Connecticut, because that was, you know what, you might be right, Anthony, because that was said about 6 years ago. Final Fours, North Carolina. Well, there you go. Yes, because they passed us in 2022. I stand correct, Anthony. They passed us because they went to one in 2022. Well, hey, look, they got one more than us. Okay, never mind. Yes, and we played them this year. Okay. I stand corrected. Please correct me. Hey, I'm not going to do the KSR. Facts are optional. Yes, they got one. Thank you. It's UNC. Yes, it's UNC. Anthony, you are correct, brother. Thank you for the correction. Well, you don't have to laugh at me, dude. I thought I was right. I mean, come on, man. The intentions are right. Okay, you got one in 2023 or whatever. So you passed us. So you got us by one. Hey, Anthony, we'll catch you. We'll tie you this year. That's all right. Just give us one more year, bro. Give us a couple more years and come back to me in 2 or 3 more years, and maybe we'll at least have tied you. But no, North Carolina. Hey, what are you going to say? It's North Carolina, Kentucky, Duke, Kansas. That's the top 4 programs. That's who's on TV. That's why. Hey, North Carolina. Hey, Anthony, North Carolina might be coming to the SEC. So they want to come to the SEC, and we do not want the Big Ten to take them. So I don't know if you guys have been following this story. We might expand 2 more teams, and one of them is going to be North Carolina if we expand. So, but yes, North Carolina does have one more. Yes, see, that's old facts. Oh yeah, dude, your eating contest. Yeah. I mean, look, I like Drew Franklin. I grew up with Drew Franklin's dad. Ryan Lemon was in Evansville working at a TV station here when I got here in 1992. So I know Ryan Lemon a little bit. And, like I said, I like Matt Jones, but man, the politics things, I wish he would shut the hell up on. But he does a good job of explaining like NIL. If I need NIL explained to me, I will watch KSR because he does a good job of explaining that. Is motivated. Yes, Stu should be motivated. Be the second team, you think, of what I did. AFL, the second team. Oh yeah. Well, if you're talking about Final Fours, it's us. They got us by one right now. UNC has us by one. Yeah, they got one just in a couple years. I recited an old fact. GT back. Well, we might. But no, KSR guys. I mean, look, it's entertainment. And I like to hear that Brian got a speeding ticket. And yeah, sometimes if they just talk sports all the time, like I don't like the Big Blue Insider with what the hell's that guy's name? Dick Gabriel. Man, I could, if I had insomnia, I could listen to Dick Gabriel talk and I'd be like falling asleep. This, you know, of course he can't curse or say there's certain things on the air, but yeah, so I understand why KSR does what they do. And I like KSR. But yeah, they're not going to go in depth on and this thing about we don't have any players to get excited about. We don't have any big name players, so there's no excitement. You got to feel excited. Well, what do you want us to do? We need to win. I keep saying we need to win. Uh, a funny name. Yeah, Big Blue Insider. I don't know what they're inside of. Thank you, Ace. Oh, and what's the other team in the ACC? Man, you know what? Let's get Florida State if we want a football team. It just depends. If I know one's North Carolina, I know Florida State wants to come. So it just depends on if you want a basketball team or a football team. I would love to go 9-3. That ain't gonna happen, brother. Paul Feinbaum. Paul Feinbaum. You know what, guys? For all you guys, I'm gonna put up a Hal Mummy video that's about 3 minutes of him and Tim Couch talking about 1997 when they beat Alabama. Paul Feinbaum, he started out and he's a Tennessee graduate. He pisses me off. He's a Tennessee graduate, and he had a show when I was in Montgomery, Alabama. He had a show out of Birmingham back in the friggin' 90s. And, that's how he got on TV. He's not a Kentucky fan. But in 1997, when they hired Hal Mummy, I'm not going to give the video away, but he talked about how stupid it was to hire him. And then we turn around and beat Alabama. Then he wants to interview Hal Mummy. And I'm going to put the story up. You're going to see what Hal Mummy said to him. But yeah, Paul Feinbaum is. Look, he's entertainment. That's all he is. He's a yes man. He's got to talk about Alabama, Auburn, Georgia. He's not going to talk about, unless we're good, he'll talk about Diego Pavi is right now, is the guy. Now, Vanderbilt. And so if we win, we get talked about. Like I said, there's 16 schools in SEC. There's 8 teams that are in the club, the Good Old Boy Network, and there's 8 that aren't. And the 8 that aren't, or the 8, well, they have to win. If you win, you're in the club dancing. Like I put in one video, when we went 4-8, the bouncers came and got us and said, "Time to leave the club. You guys aren't winning anymore." We had to leave, wave goodbye, and I don't know if we'll be back. But meanwhile, Hugh Freeze gets to stay in the club and dance, with his shitty ass record. So it's not fair. Anthony, what's up, brother? Enamored with Virginia? Yeah, you know what? I saw Virginia. It might be Paul as Stephen A. Smith at SEC Network. Well, you're right about that, Jerry. He runs his mouth. Kentucky will be good on offense, defense. I think we'll be good on offense, defense is the question. Yes. I think the reason the defense is the question is because we didn't add a lot of people. We had some defensive linemen, but we didn't. Well, we didn't need to add anybody in the defensive backfield. The back end is fine. We moved Alex Safari to inside linebacker to give us, he's only 220, but he's fast and he can tackle. So yeah, we didn't add any sexy names on defense, but just watch out here. These 2 guys, Gusta and Humphrey Grace, are really good. So we got some good defensive tackles. We were ranked in the 40s. If we could bring it back to the 30s on defense, I feel like with the offense we're going to have, because look, we lost 2 one-score games. We lost to Vanderbilt by 20-13. We lost to Georgia 13-12. Should have beat Georgia, guys. Why did you punt the ball? I was screaming at the television. Do not punt the ball back with 4 minutes left. My wife is like, they can't hear you. I'm like, I don't care. Don't. No, that really pissed me off, guys. You got a chance to beat Georgia, Texas. By God, you friggin' don't punt the ball. But that's my feeling. Ace, catch. So be on lookout for the next one. Oh, thank you, brother. I'm out. Well, listen, Ace, come back, brother. We're going to do one next weekend. I can tell you that. I'll put it out. Brad White typically has done. Yeah. Brad White, you know, we'll see. I think our defense is going to be solid. I don't see it being worse. I mean, surely to God, we can stay 40. If we get back into the 30s, I think our defense will be good. What does Calzada rank out of the top 16? In my opinion, well, look, I'm going to tell you right now. Well, let's look at that. Now that you said that, I think Jackson Arnold is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen that's going to Auburn. I know why Oklahoma. I'm putting that video out this week. I want you guys to watch the film I'm going to show you on Jackson Arnold. He can do two things. He can run and he can throw a 15-yard pass. Anything over that, he cannot friggin' throw. I don't know about this Joey Aguilar guy because he just throws so many picks. I mean, I don't think he's last. Mississippi State. He's somewhere between 10 and 16. And that's, you know what, if he's 10th, that'd be good enough for me. Jackson Arnold, Diego Pavia. I don't know if you guys saw Diego Pavia at media days, but he has gained weight. I think he's been celebrating a lot. Like I noticed his cheeks were really big. I said that in one of my videos. The dude, and first of all, did you see what he was wearing at the SEC media days? Were you going to prom? I never see anybody wear, dude, don't wear something that looks like you're going to, to the prom. But yeah, he's talking smack on it. You know what? Diego Pavia, look out because, as I said, guys, if you just got on here and the power rankings, we are 35. Vanderbilt is 57. Louisville is 41. Mississippi State's 52. And then people like Paul Feinbaum say we're one of the worst two programs in the SEC. Well, that's not what the numbers say, Paul. So, I did a video saying bullshit to Paul Feinbaum. Baseball draft is one. Yes. Yeah, he's eligible for the draft. I know he wants to play baseball, Anthony. He wants to play base. He said he wants to play baseball and football. And of course, Mark Stoops and now the baseball coach, who I don't care what his name is, said, "Okay, sure, yeah. Well, hell yeah, play. What do you want to play?" Yeah, I mean that dude. If you watch him, if he's got an arm in football, I don't know how good of a baseball player he is. Some players in the portal, yes. Correct, Jared. Yes. Yes, you don't have to be optimistic about the run game. Look, we're going to be able to run the football. I just tell you, I know I'm a fan, but I've been watching football. I will be 59 years old in August the 4th. I've been watching, especially Kentucky and SEC football. We're going to be good with the people we have and the running backs and the offensive line. I don't know how many games we'll win, but we will run the football with Dowdell and Seth McGowan and those two new guys we got. Yeah, Anthony, I hope we can keep Ponatoski. Pavia, dude. Yeah, I mean, look, he is. I will say this. I called this when he came here at work at the firehouse. I go, hey guys, listen, because when he played at New Mexico State, they won 9 games. They went to Auburn and beat Auburn 2 years ago, and he went to Vanderbilt. And I go, hey, listen, there's this guy that's coming to Vanderbilt that's a good quarterback. And they're like, who? Diego Pavia. I go, look, I watched him. I won money on New Mexico State. I do a little betting. And Pavia was good. And I was go, hey, man, this guy's good. He's slippery. Like he knows when to take off running. He knows what to do. And that's how they got us last year. It was 20. They got us 20-13, and they needed some first downs at the end of the game. And what did he do? He just slippery. He can take off running. So, but yeah. He's at Vanderbilt. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking smack, especially going to play Alabama again. Now, I did tell somebody they might get Alabama. In fact, one of my guys went to the game and said, hey, man, I'm at the game and I'm telling everybody what you said. And I said, well, you can just tell everybody around you that right now they are in trouble. They almost got Texas. I mean, Texas, it was 24-20. I mean, it was close. They played Texas close. But, yeah, don't be challenging people, Vanderbilt. And I'm glad he's a little bit, maybe he'll get the weight off of him. Like I said, dude, stop knocking back. Maybe he's knocking back beers or something. But he looks a little bit chubby. He's talking smack. So, no, Cal, as far as where Calzada will be ranked, if he's 10th, I'd be happy. Just be 10th. I mean, look, I say this in my videos. He does not have to stand back there and throw the ball 30, 35 times a game. Okay. Like I said, in the Boise State Bush Hampton offense, it's 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. That's what they go for. So if he gets 200, if he gets 100 and 80 yards a game, 200 yards a game. I don't really care what he's ranked. I just don't want him to turn the ball over, and I want him to run the offense correctly because I know he can hit the open man. If you watch, people won't overlook Vandy this year. Yeah, you're right, Easton. Yeah, especially when you start running your mouth and you're dressed like you're going to the prom. I don't know what that was. I said on my video, one of my that I reviewed the SEC media days. He set white people back about 20 years, dude. I thought it was like I thought it was Saturday Night Fever, like he was going to the disco, dude. Don't do that shit. Just put on a regular suit, man. I mean, I'm not Mr. GQ, but I ain't gonna dress like that. But I don't think he'll play in the NFL. Anybody think Pavia will play in the NFL? Hell no. He ain't gonna play in the NFL. He might play as a receiver. I mean, he can run, but I don't think he'll be in the NFL. So, but no, we'll see what Calzada does. Big Blue breakdown. Yes, we will see what Calzada. Like I said, he won't be. He is not going to be 15th or 6th. I would bet money. There's not a bet in Vegas on what he will come in, but if he was, listen, let me ask you guys something. You think if Calzada was wearing an Auburn helmet or an Oklahoma helmet, where do you think he'd be ranked then? This is the problem. Anybody wearing a Kentucky helmet, all of a sudden, they're not as good. Like the kid from Cincinnati. As soon as he puts on a Kentucky helmet, he's not going to be that good. Yeah, okay. You see, it depends. Once again, it's a good boy network. If he has an Oklahoma helmet, if Calzada goes to Oklahoma, he'd be great. But no, I'm going to put out a Jackson Arnold video. Gunnar Stockton, he doesn't look that good to me. I mean, he looks average. He can run, he can throw. He did have a good game against Notre Dame. Well, he started off good, but I don't know about Gunnar Stockton. So yeah, I think the dark horse quarterback in the SEC is Lenore Sellers. If you watch the video I put up, I didn't realize how much he ran over people. Like South Carolina ran on 60% of their offensive plays. And most of it is Lenore Sellers drops back. If nobody's covered, he's going to take off running. As he's running, if somebody gets open, he'll throw it. But if not, he's going to – and he just drags people. I mean, if you watch my video on Sellers, I mean, he's dragging a kid like – it looks like a fifth grader holding on to him. He's just dragging this – I mean, he gets out. And you know what got us in that game? Let's talk about the South Carolina game. Go back and watch my video on Lenore Sellers. Twice, they had a wide receiver wide open for a touchdown. Twice. One time, Sellers just looked at the running back, and the defensive back that was guarding a receiver came up, and he hit the guy, and the guy wasn't even covered. So we have got to stop doing this thing where we don't even cover the guy. I mean, if you get beat, that's fine. But come on, Brad White, dude. We're going to have to stop this where guys are uncovered. So, I mean, South Carolina got 14 points right off the bat because we didn't cover two guys. And, yes, the offensive line played bad, but still. Disrespecting football because basketball. Yes. Now, that leads me to, yes, the basketball jealousy burns into the football. I mean, when we're good, when Mark Stoops wins 10 games, there's really not much they can say. Okay, he's a good coach, and yeah, but he went for it one time. Like we were 7-6. Vandy's 7-6. They're great. Auburn's 4-7, or and they got, and Oklahoma's 6-7. Or Auburn, I don't know what their record. I think they were 6-7. But no, Stoops has one 4-8 season other than the COVID season, which I'm not going to count that. We were going 7-6, which okay, but he goes 4-8 1 year, and all of a sudden he needs to leave. Okay, does Hugh Freeze need to leave? Does Vanderbilt need to leave? When Pavia leaves after this year and Vanderbilt goes back down, does their coach going to have to leave? It's not being treated fairly. But yeah, the basketball hatred, and I mean they hate us in basketball, and it bleeds into football. I didn't know that till I started doing this right here, and I was like, damn. I started watching SEC podcasts, like, man, damn. What do you think our guaranteed losses are? And Georgia, Texas. Well, you know what? I don't know. Texas has to rebuild their offensive line. People say Texas is not going to lose a game, but they only have like one returning offensive lineman. I mean, I guess they're moving up their backups. I don't know if we can win Texas and Georgia, but Texas and Georgia are one. Texas is one in the power rankings. Georgia's two. I think that's guaranteed losses. I hope I'm wrong. I think 50-50 games are Tennessee, Auburn, Florida, and Ole Miss. I would say those are 50-50 games. That's 4 50-50 games. Ole Miss, Tennessee, at Auburn, and Florida. And so 3 of those are home games. South Carolina guys, I don't know if we can beat South Carolina. Man, their coach Beamer, Shane Beamer, man, that dude's he's a little punk, but dude, he's kicking our ass. Sellers is such a handful. So yeah, I don't know if we can win at South Carolina, at Georgia, and Texas. I think that's 3 guaranteed losses. And then I think there's the other toss-up games are we can beat Ole Miss, we can beat Tennessee, we can beat Florida, we can beat Auburn, and we're going to beat Vandy. I'm putting Vandy down as a win. I got 5 wins for sure, 5 or 6 5 for sure. I would bet money on. I'm going to bet money on. But yeah, I don't know about that South Carolina, Texas, and Georgia. But I don't know about Texas, man. Let's just see. Hold on a second. Everybody got them. So I kicked the camera. Sorry, guys. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm signing off. Well, brother, I appreciate it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna come over and join your channel. I'm gonna stay on here a little bit longer. I can't believe we've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. I just feel like we just got on here. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. And to come back, we're gonna do one next Sunday, probably. I'm off on Sunday, so we're gonna do one next week. We'll jump on here and talk because I'm sure we're gonna get disrespected somehow in the next week, and then I'll have to get on here. But no, what do you guys think? What do you think our 50-50 games are? Because Ole Miss, I know if you're just getting on here, we can't beat Lane Kiffin because he's seeking revenge and he's mad and he's gonna. What the hell has that got to do with anything? Anybody that played sports, that has nothing to do with it. You're trying to win the game just like we are. Okay, they may. Now Lane Kiffin's going to concentrate and try to come up with a good. He doesn't want to lose to. If he loses to us again, let me tell you what. I will say this: his job's probably on the line if he loses to us again, because that'll knock them out of the playoffs for sure. Yeah, I mean, then they are going to be in trouble. A bold take. Stoops will still be here. I think Stoops. I think if we win 5, 6 games, and the key is to play. Don't get blown out. Don't beat Louisville. If we beat Louisville and win 5, 6 games, he's back again. Because look, guys, I will say this. I want you guys to think about who's in here. 11 people. I will say this about Uncle Shane or wherever the SEC podcasts are. They did say something very, very smart. They were talking about Arkansas's coach and buyout and Stoops' buyout. Instead of giving Mark Stoops $30 million and buying him out, why don't you give Mark Stoops $30 million to buy players? I thought, damn, that's genius. That right there. Yeah, imagine if we said, hey, man, look, we're not going to buy you out. We're going to take the $30 million and we're going to get you players. Well, hell, that's all we need. I mean, who's going to come in here? Who's the coach that everybody keeps talking about coming in here from Tulane? I did a video on my brain's John Summerall. All I hear is John Summerall. I look at John Summerall's record. I'm like, this dude is. I mean, he hadn't beat anybody. He beat Army. Okay, I mean, other than that, I don't know about John Summerall. Thank you. Yes, John Summerall. I don't know about him, guys. I really don't. His record. He reminds me of Neil Brown. Okay, they both played at that one school, and then Summerall. Thank you. Yeah, I know he's a Kentucky guy, and if you want him because he's a Kentucky guy, but his record, I mean, he lost 5 games last year. I mean, look, he's at Tulane. He may be a great coach. I don't know. But look, let's say Stoops leaves, and then say we want to get a really good coach. Let's say Nick Saban comes out of retirement or something. We're going to have to pay that guy $30 million. So, I don't know. Unless we really stink it up, I think we should keep him another year. What do you guys think? I think we should just keep him. And John Summerall starts tweeting. That's the thing that pissed me off about him is if you watch my video on him, whenever Vince Marrow quit the night, he said, hey, I'm going to quit, and it came out. He starts tweeting out stuff. Hey, I'm John Summerall. Shut up, man. What are you, teenage girl staff? Stay off the internet. People got really pissed at me, but I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy's attitude. He looks immature to me. We don't need that. I mean, he looks like Neil, and I like Neil Brown, but Neil Brown couldn't win at West Virginia. That's who he looks like to me. Troy. They both went to Troy and did really, really well. Okay. So John Summerall goes to Troy. Okay. He does well at Troy. Okay. Then he goes to Tulane and he goes whatever, 7-5 or whatever they were. I don't remember what they were or what he's gone. But okay. So you beat Army. You lost to, I know, but he's at Tulane, but still, they played Florida. I think he lost to Florida and Oklahoma, but pull out 6 wins. Thomas, well, you know what? I think we can pull out 6 wins. I think they're there. If you're just getting on here, yeah. I think they are. I like Stoops. I want him to turn around. Yes, I do. Yeah. He's look. They're not gonna buy him out. I can tell you right now. Unless we just now, if we go 2-10, they'll make a deal. Okay, they'll make a deal because Stoops is going to want to look. Stoops didn't want to ruin his legacy. He does unless he doesn't want to coach anymore. Then just stay here and take the money, make him buy you out. But if he wants to coach somewhere else, it's going to be like Calipari. You got to look at the big picture here, brother. If you stay here and keep stinking it up, where are you going to get a job at? Jacksonville State? I mean, no. So, but let's just wait and see. I think there are 6 wins there. There are 6 wins. I'll tell you right now, 6 wins. The 3 non-conference games, Vanderbilt, Louisville, and then I think we're going to get Auburn, Tennessee, or somebody. Ole Miss. We'll get Auburn, Tennessee, Ole Miss, or Florida. Win one of those 4, that's 6 wins. So it's there. But yes, I hope we can pull it out. I mean, look, sitting here talking about 6 wins, but no. I don't see us winning, just people getting really bold. I mean, maybe we can. You know what? Let's see what the offensive line does. Let's see how well we run the ball. Let's see if they let Bush Hamden. There's rumors going around that Mark Stoops is telling Bush Hamden what to call and what to do. Just let Bush Hamden do the offense and just stand there, will you? And unless it's 4th down, and then by God, go for it. Do not punt the ball when it's 4th and 15. And you got a chance to beat Georgia. I still can't believe that. Still can't believe that. 6-2 Louisville and Tennessee. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If we get Tennessee and Louisville, that would be a good year because we rarely don't get Tennessee. Josh Heupel, that dude's hard to get. I'm not going to tell any Tennessee fans. If one of y'all are a Tennessee fan, listen up. I like you, but I hope Oklahoma loses and you lose Josh Heupel because he is kicking our ass. Okay. I mean, you got to just give it up to them. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you, Jared. That's what we were just talking about before you came on. Maybe you weren't on yet. Kendrick Law is going to be the slot receiver. He is 200. He's 5'10", 209 pounds. I want you to listen to what I'm going to say. He can run a 4.40 and he can bench press 500 pounds. Cole Kublik was talking about him and said he is the best blocking wide receiver since Hines Ward of Georgia. And that was in 2002. He said he's good. And if Cole Kublik says something, I'm going to believe it because he's not a fine bomber. He's not saying it just to get ratings. And he likes Kendrick Law. But, dude, when you can run a 4.40 and you're that size, I've never heard – I'm a firefighter. I know cops and firemen that can bench press 500 pounds, but they ain't 5'10", 209. So, yeah, needs to support Stoops. Yes, they do, Thomas. Yes, throw some money. Now, I was saying, supposedly KSR is saying that Mitch Barnhart is going to give a press conference this week and talk about the NIL situation because Matt Jones has called for him to show the books. And I agree with Matt Jones. How much money's going to – because, that one story came out from what's his name at the Peach Jam, Matt Norlander, that we were spending 45% of our NIL on basketball. And, of course, Matt Jones talked to somebody close to the football program, which was probably Mark Stoops, and they said that's not true. So, but what is it? Because I don't know if you guys have been listening. The SEC only wants you to spend 5% of your NIL money on basketball. And Mitch Barnhart, and they want you to – I think it's 13-5. They want you to spend 13% on football and 5% on basketball. And Mitch Barnhart stood up and said, no. And I agree. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. On Kendrick Law. Yes. That dude is a freak. He is going to be Wan'Dale Robinson. Just watch. If you watch the Boise State offense, But if you don't, like most of the SEC pages, come on, well, they suck. Kendrick Law, they lost Barron Brown and Dan Key, so they suck. Did you look at who we had? No, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I got 400,000. Damn, Josh Pate, just I got 400,000. I'll just say whatever. I love Hugh Freeze. Just keep reciting that. Hugh Freeze is a great coach. Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, he sucks, Josh. How the hell do you get 400,000 followers? I don't know, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna stay on here a little bit longer, guys. If you guys what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk a little basketball? Because we are going to be good in basketball. I can tell you that right now. Uh, Mark Pope gave his summer press conference. I did a video on that. You can go back and watch my summer press conference. Yeah, we're going to be good in basketball. Point guard. If our point guard can shoot, and I think he can, Jalen Lowe, we'll be fine. But actually, Houston is picked in Purdue. Guys, we played Purdue in an exhibition game, okay? I live in Evansville. These Purdue fans, Indiana fans, oh my God. So I have a Purdue friend, and he comes up to me, he goes, "We're playing you in an exhibition." I go, "Yeah, dude, I know. It doesn't count. It's just a scrimmage." And he's like, "Oh, no, we're playing to win." I'm like, "Well, listen, dude. Last year, Indiana went to Knoxville and won, and what happened to them? They have a new coach. So, yeah, you can play to win in November. We'll play. It's just an exhibition. Okay, come on, Purdue." Gosh, basketball is, oh man, and we start playing Indiana. God knows we used to beat the hell out of them for 8 or 9 games, and then they'd win one, and then I'd hear, we won. Like, what the fuck you been the last 8 or 9 years when you've been getting your ass kicked, you know? So, yeah, God knows we play in 3 years, and they're not going to get us this year. But if they ever get us one, oh my God, I'll never hear the end of it. I like my Indiana. The people I work with, they're cool about it. Yeah, they don't give me too much grief. If you're going to get an argument with me, you better know the facts. The guy that corrected me on North Carolina in the Final Fours, I appreciate that. Wherever you went, yes, North Carolina has one more Final Four than we do. They got one a couple years ago. Yeah, I mean, look, we need to play Indiana. I guess. What the hell? I mean, we didn't need to play him when the guy that was there, the smartass that ran his mouth all the time and got finally left. We didn't need to play him when that guy was there. But they're fans, man. Let me tell you what, dude. You go to Bloomington, they think they're the shit. It's like, you guys have not won since I was 21 years old the last time you won a national championship. Could you please hurt? You're not a blue blood, okay? I don't even know if you're a red blood. So, you know what, dude? Shut the hell up and win something before you start talking about you're a blue blood. No, you're not, dude. Not in this century. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad. I mean, look, let's play him. Damn it, let's get it over with. You ain't gonna win this year, so I'll hear crickets this year. I'll get to go to work, and I won't say a word. Good game, you know. So I don't disrespect anybody. So, but yeah. Um, Anyway, guys, yeah, I am looking forward to basketball, and it starts early. We play Louisville on November 11th before the Champions Classic. Louisville's good in basketball. I like the Pat Kelsey dude. Matt Jones and talk about Pat Kelsey. Seems like a good coach to me, Pat Kelsey. So that Louisville game is going to be tough playing them at Louisville. I mean, they're ranked in the top 10, I think, also preseason. Indiana football. Yeah, look, brother, me and you both. We will not play them in football. Dude, their football coach. Oh my God. Kurt Signetti, one of the dumbest. I've never seen a guy. He's the best coach he knows. That's what I'm going to say. He loves himself. Google me. Did you guys see he dropped Virginia? Then they asked him at Big Ten, why'd you drop Virginia and add Poop State? And he's like, I'm ruining the SEC schedule. And it's like, dude, shut up. You don't play anybody. They didn't even beat a ranked team last year. They're going to get beat this year. Now they're going to play some Penn State and some other people, and we'll see. This guy loves himself. They lost their quarterback. Yeah, they're ranked in the power rankings. I think we're 35th. They're like 34. So is gross. Yes, playing Louisville early is gross in basketball. Yes. But you know what? Let's just get it over with. But no, Indiana football, I don't want to play Indiana football. Jesus Christ. I mean, the reason we played guys back in the day is because we were the two. Okay, so I have a video on the Indiana Kentucky football series. Go back and watch that. Yeah, I mean, look, the worst game I ever saw, okay, was Kentucky, Indiana. I don't know if you remember this, guys. I did in my video. I talk about this game, 1996. The reason we played each other is because we were both basketball schools and we sucked in football. So we're like, well, hey, let's just play each other, and maybe sometimes we'll win and sometimes we'll lose. But we played a game and it was 0-0 at halftime. I was listening to it on the radio, and it got in the fourth quarter. It's 0-0. Nobody can score. Nobody can make a first down. We end up kicking a field goal at the end. We won 3-0. Maybe the worst. I didn't watch it because back then, you remember you had to tape delay whoever had the game back then, not Jefferson Pilot for Kentucky. You could. I didn't tape the game after it went off. Then after the 10 o'clock news, you could set it to tape and watch it the next day. Back in the good old days of the VHS player, and 3-0 game. I did not. I wish I would have taped it, but God, that was awful. Yeah. But anyway, hey, what are you going to do? I think we're going to play Louisville. We won 3-0. Yeah. Yeah, three. We threw a long pass at the very end of the game. Oh, it was bad. Each team turned the ball over every time they crossed the 50-yard line. Indiana would fumble. Then we would cross the 50-yard line, throw interception. And it was like, oh my God, this is the worst game I've ever. I switched over to the Indiana broadcast. Yeah. And Don Fisher, which is India, I think he's still there, said, this is the worst game I've ever called. And I was like, yeah, I did not, like I said, I did not tape a 3-0 game. So. All right, but anyway, guys. Well, look, I enjoyed doing this live. So you know what? You want to do this again next Sunday night? I'll set one up. I think I work 24-hour shifts, so I'm going to broadcast during the game. Like I can sit here when the game is on. I can't show you the game, but I can be talking during the game. If you watch, before I get off here, there's a channel, Georgia channel, Uncle Lou. I'm sure some of you have heard of Uncle Lou because he's loud. He does this for a living, and during the game he'll be talking about the game during the game as he's kind of doing a little bit, not a little bit of a play-by-play. But that guy, like I said, he's covering all of college football, and I'm just going to cover us. But yeah, I'll probably do some during the game. The first game, Toledo, I'm off. I think it's a 12 o'clock game, maybe, I think, or a 3 o'clock game. So I'll probably broadcast during the game. We'll do some more lives. Oh yeah, yep, I enjoyed it. Yeah, Lou is a smart ass. If you go on his channel and you say something stupid, yeah, he will call you out. Yeah, I like him, but damn, man, I can't be, that abrasive. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night, and I appreciate everybody that came on here tonight. Spread the word. Let's do one next Sunday night. Let's see. I work Thursday, Saturday, Monday. Yep. Let's just come back on. Is 8 o'clock cool? Is that too early or too late? Before I get off here, AFO, what time? Is 9 o'clock Eastern good, or is that too early, too late? What do you think? That's fine. Okay, good. Cool. All right, guys, listen. Uh, tomorrow is my Brad White video where I break down the first, like I said, the first depth chart came out for the defense. And so I just went over the people that are in the starting depth chart now. Because, like I said, I can't believe Souls Jr. wasn't in the starting linebacker, but he was not. So, but I go over Brad White. Then I'm going to do Henry Boyer tape, and then I preview Auburn, which, I mean, Hugh Freeze. That's going to be real exciting. I love Uncle Lou. Yeah, Anthony is over. Yeah. Yeah, he takes the football helmet off the wall. Your season's over. And yeah, yeah. I'm going to call it right now, you guys. I hate to break it to you. Our season's over. According to Uncle Lou. Yeah. So, yeah, he is cool. He's funny. But, yeah, he does that for a living, and he's good at it. He knows everybody. And, yeah. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate you being here. Let's do one next Sunday night. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm sure this press conference with if Mitch Barnhart does a press conference and really puts out the numbers, which I don't think he will. I think he'll dance around as Mitch Barnhart dances around stuff. I don't think he's going to show us the numbers. I really don't. But we'll see what he's got to say. I may make a video. Now that I'm doing lives, I needed to make sure my camera worked, my headphones. Can I see you? So now that I know this works, oh, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah. You know what? We're going to do lives. And hey, maybe we'll get better at it. I'll get better at it. You'll get better at it. You guys go on other podcasts, but I will get better at it. I will say this before I get off. I have done professional camera work before, so I like being in front of the camera. I'm not afraid of a camera. So I got paid to do training videos, firefighting training videos. And I learned how to work on camera and speak on camera and don't read off. I couldn't read off a teleprompter because I was doing this. I go, look, dude, throw that teleprompter away. I'll just do it from memory. So anyway, guys, listen, have a good night. Have a safe week, whatever you do for a living. Be safe out there. Man, people are crazy. Drive carefully. People drive like they act nowadays. And I'm just trying to make it to work without getting ran over. But good night, everybody. And I'll see you next Sunday back here, same time, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. God bless.